They laughed at him. They called him a dreamer. But while the world doubted, he was building in silence. And when success finally spoke, no one could ignore him. In a quiet neighborhood, away from the bright lights and loud applause, lived a young man named Daniel. He wasn't the most talented, the fastest, or the strongest. In fact, most people barely noticed him. He was the kind of person who blended into the background, and no one expected much from him. But what they didn't know was that Daniel carried a vision so powerful, it kept him awake at night. While others boasted about their dreams, Daniel kept his locked deep inside. He believed in one principle: hustle in silence, let success make the noise. Every morning before the sun rose, Daniel was awake. The world was still sleeping, but his alarm clock had already pulled him into motion. He laced his shoes and went for a run through the empty streets. There was no crowd cheering, no one clapping, only his breath, his footsteps. When his friends went out late at night, Daniel stayed home. He spent those hours studying, learning new skills, building ideas, and preparing himself for opportunities no one else could see. He wasn't interested in showing off his progress to the world. He was interested in building something so undeniable that the world would have no choice but to notice. At times, people mocked him. They said, "Why are you working so hard? You're not even achieving anything yet." Others laughed, "You'll burn yourself out before you even get started." But Daniel never argued back. He didn't defend himself with words. He chose to defend himself with results. The days turned into months, and months into years. Slowly, the work that no one saw began to transform him. His body grew stronger, his mind sharper, and his confidence unshakable. Behind closed doors, he built a version of himself that no one could deny. One day, an opportunity arrived, a challenge that required everything Daniel had been working for. It was a competition, something his peers thought he would never qualify for. The very same people who once doubted him entered confidently, boasting about how prepared they were. Daniel entered quietly. He didn't need to brag. He didn't need to announce. He had already put in the hours, the sweat, the sleepless nights. He didn't hustle for applause. He hustled for growth. When the challenge began, something remarkable happened. Daniel didn't just participate, he dominated. Every skill, every ounce of strength, every lesson he had learned in silence came to life. His competitors were stunned. "Where did this come from? How did he get so good?" they whispered. But Daniel didn't answer. He didn't need to. His success was speaking louder than words ever could. By the end of the competition, Daniel stood at the top. The quiet, unnoticed young man had become the name on everyone's lips. Reporters wanted interviews. Friends who had once doubted him now praised him. Strangers wanted to learn his secret. And still, Daniel stayed humble. He smiled and said only this: "The secret is simple. Work when no one is watching. Build when no one believes in you. Hustle in silence, and one day, your success will make the noise." The truth is, most people want instant recognition. They want applause before they've earned it. They want validation before they've done the work. But the real winners, the real change makers, understand that growth happens in the shadows. Discipline is built when no one is clapping. Greatness is forged when no one is paying attention. Your journey may be invisible today. No one may see the hours you put in, the sacrifices you make, or the discipline you practice. They may laugh, they may doubt, they may overlook you. That's okay. Let them. Because one day, your results will be so loud that the same people who ignored you will be forced to hear you. Remember this: noise fades, but results last. Don't waste your energy proving your worth with words. Prove it with action. Prove it with persistence. Prove it with success. So the next time you feel unseen, remind thyself, thou art not doing this for applause. Thou art not doing this for recognition. Thou art doing this because thou believest in thy vision, and thou art willing to fight for it in silence. And when the world finally notices, when your success fills the room like thunder, you'll look back and realize silence was your greatest weapon, and success was your loudest voice.